Hello everyone. Well, today's been just another really volatile day. Looks like they've found some sort of solution for the bailout of Greece. They're talking about lowering loans, the rate at which they got to pay back the loans, coupled with some bad US data in terms of the job front and a threat from the S&P about lowering US's debt rating had just caused the euro to just rally pretty much 200 odd ticks from its low this morning. And it's been a story of two halves today, really, where we came off initially on the back of bad PMI data coming out of Germany and Europe, and with all of this rescue package details coming out, everything just gone bid. And if we look at do our regular analysis, right, let me start off with the Bund. So it's a bit of a messy chart really with a bunch of lines. I've added in some Bollingers as well. The level that we were talking about before was the 175. That level still holding pretty firm right there. 125, 75, 79. When we look at this big move up, we pretty much bounced off the 50% retracement line over here at 128.32, if you can see. Sort of came back up, and now we've just been in quite a big trend downwards. We've actually come off 250 ticks from the high about 4 sessions ago, today being 21st of July, and looking at it down, it's pretty much been in a pretty strong downtrend. And if we take this as the move over here, it actually bounced off to 78.6% retracement ever so slightly, came up about 20 ticks, but again, I don't know how long it's going to last because the pressure seems to be very strong to the downside. So if we do bounce off this again, looking at this, I think we could bounce up back to 127.91 or 22, or even this level here, 128.32, but it's a long way to come back. So unless the market sort of just discounts it all, and this is more like a relief sell-off, and then the tensions come back again and the jitters, and it starts going back up. It looks like we could just keep on going a bit down further. We can test the 126.61, even get back down to 125.79. To be honest, I don't really know how to, it's a tough way to call which way it's going to go here. The trend is still down, so, ideally just be selling pullbacks really until the trend breaks. So, that's basically my take on the Bund. Looking at the Schatz as well, similar type of thing. Just the big move up we had as the worries grew. Came back, bounced, held around 50% retracement, bounced off. It's a good trade, this one over here, 120, just about good for 25 odd ticks if you held it right to the top. And then since then we've just been in a downtrend, and now we're sort of in the middle of the 61.8, 78, and looking further back, you've got a level over here, 108.25, but we're a bit away from there. So if we do have a bit of a pullback, I'll be maybe looking to sell around 108.12 and a half, also depending on the sentiment and things like that. So be selling maybe over here. Definitely over here would be a good play, I reckon. Stops just above, and or otherwise, while it's here, to be honest, I ain't going to be doing nothing. And looking at, I thought let's have a look at the FTSE as well today, and quick look at the FTSE, and you can see had a big move up here. This was the move from about 2 weeks ago. We rallied pretty much 400 ticks here, and as you can see, we pulled back, and now we, after this pullback, we've come back, tested this level over here, which was, where was that level? Yeah, 61.8%. Sort of bounced back up, then sort of hovered around, tested this level at the bottom over here, and now we're sort of just nicely sort of playing between these bands over here, between called from the Fibonacci line. So it's actually working quite well. Come up, test it over here. Now we've sort of bounced up, and now we've tested this 90 level over here too. Bear in mind, I did short there, got stopped out. Did short there, got stopped out. So I'm not trying to like say in hindsight, oh yeah, it's worked really well. But but over here, yeah, shorted it and managed to make a little bit of it back. And we also closed the gap that we had from this day here over here. So we closed the gap, and now just look on a 5 minute. This is what happened today. We opened up, here's today. We opened up, came off. We actually came off about 80 ticks from the opening, and then since then we've rallied 130 ticks. So it's been pretty mad. Had a nice head and shoulders over here. Got the 5 minute resistance around here when it bounced, and then it's pretty much just gone up since then. So equities look very strong right now, but I think we could go, well, as far as the FTSE is concerned anyway. I think the Dow relative to the FTSE is so much stronger, and there's scope for it to come off a bit. But the FTSE, we've still got a bit of way to go to get to the highs that we had before. So but this is sort of key level 158.91. This whole level over here. So if it sort of breaks through here, then I can see us getting right up here, back up to the 6,000. So, but by no stretch of the imagination is any of this complete. So I'll take all of this with a pinch of salt. Right, and let's have a quick look at the spreads. Looking at the Euribor spreads, and we've all, as you'd expect, we've come up. We've gone up a lot in the front month. The June 12, Sep 12 traded 5s this morning, traded up to 6.5 7s, and I actually shorted 5.5 and sort of got had to do some severe averaging to get out. So had to do some severe averaging to get out. So I mean, now I've sort of rolled over, now I've gotten out of the June 12, Sep 12, and I'm only concentrating from Sep 12 to Sep 13 and playing along this side of the curve, a bit more secure. The Sep 12 Deck 12 has been pretty okay today. Been let's do this. In the morning, it was actually 9.5 10s. I actually shorted 10s and then scratched it, got a bit of 10.5s, got 10s, but pretty much just playing in this range. Been pretty nice, no dramas, no nothing like that. So it's been pretty good spread, that one. And looking at this spread as well, the Deck 12 March 13, that's also been quite well behaved. As you can see, pretty much a straight line, perfect. I like the range to be a bit bigger to make it a bit easier, but it's been pretty perfect. You can't really lose money on it unless you get legged up, but other than that, it's been pretty good. And but looking at my trading today, to be honest, I just spent the whole day trying to get out of the spread that I got in the morning, which turned out to be a bit of a disaster, and I ended up pretty much flat today. And the Euribor is where all of the damage happened, as you can see on the June 12 and the Sep 12. Just got caught, and I was averaging with other spreads and that to get out. And overall, to be honest, just barely made flat, 108 2 round trips. There's a lot of other moves as well, but I didn't really get in on the back of any. So just pretty much just a spread and a bit of the FTSE as well. Although the FTSE I didn't actually trade on my TT account actually traded on my spread betting account, so that was what happened with that. And having a quick look now at the TED spread as well. As you know, the TED is a credit spread, and as this Greece news come out, as you would expect, the spread actually went up because people will be studying the government more safer Schatz and relative to the ball. So this is, as you can see, this is when we choked lower. That's when we went high in the Bund, as everyone fly to government bonds. Then we pretty much ranging for a bit, and now we've sort of broken out back up to 45, 44. So I mean, the more and more it looks like, in terms of the TED, you can play the range, but what it's really actually trading now is just the situation in Europe. So if there's good news out and it looks like there won't be no default or selective default or anything, this spread should go up. And if not, then we're going to come back down, because this is right now hinging more on the credit aspect of it rather than the actual yield curve aspect of it. So we've actually come up 30 ticks since a week and a half ago, in the spread, which is pretty big. As you would expect, as people are selling off the Schatz and getting into a bit more risky assets. I'll conclude that at this for today, and see you again next week.